All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Powaqqatsi, 1988. This is going to be another remake of a review of mine that got taken down by YouTube censors. They didn't put a strike on my channel again. They just assumed that I didn't know their policy. They're just trying to prevent me from moving my channel over to Rumble before the Supreme Court rules against them. And they're ordered to pay me restitution for all these videos that they've taken down. All right. So I don't remember anything about this movie. The movie says Powaqqatsi Life and Transformation. It looks pretty bad. I probably gave it 1 out of 5 stars. I'm just guessing. Anyways, I don't remember anything about this. It's got JP2 in there. I put his real name because he's one of these post-Vatican II imposters. Anyway, he's a heretic. There's a book on him called 101 Heresies. Of course, the pastor at my church loved this JP2 and Mother Teresa, another heretic. I went ringing doorbells on 8th Avenue across from my church yesterday, and one guy said that he doesn't go to church because he can't tolerate the Vatican, which is understandable. I'm about in the same boat, but my son loves going to church every Sunday, doing the altar service for the Latin Mass. Anyways, Powaqqatsi is a 1988 U.S. non-narrative film directed by Godfrey Reggio and the sequel to Reggio's experimental 1982 film Powaqqatsi. It is the second film in the Qatsi trilogy, which was followed by Nakoi Qatsi, 2002. The film's title is a hoppy neologism coined by Reggio, meaning parasitic way of life or life in transition. While Powaqqatsi focused on modern life in industrial countries, Powaqqatsi, which similarly has no dialogue, focuses more on the conflict in third world countries between traditional ways of life and the new ways of life introduced with industrialization. Wow. In other words, this is an anti-progress Luddite movie. I probably hated this movie, I'm guessing. Anyways, just by looking at the first paragraph, 2 paragraphs of Wikipedia, as with Powaqqatsi and the third and final part of the Qatsi trilogy, Nakoi Qatsi, the film is strongly related to its soundtrack written by Philip Glass. I have no idea who that is. But there is a soundtrack produced in 1988, total length 73 minutes and 38 seconds. I don't remember the soundtrack, but anyways. In the beginning chapter, Serra Pelada, men from Serra Pelada, a gold mine in Brazil, are seen carrying bags of dirt up to a destination. In the middle of the chapter, various shots outside the Serra Pelada are shown. Near the end of the chapter, a few men are carrying another man who was struck by a falling rock, mentioned on the Impact of Progress feature on the DVD Blu-ray. Okay, now it's starting to come back to me. So these gold mine workers are being exploited in Brazil. And I used to own a Peruvian stock mining company, something similar, called Buenaventura. And they kept splitting the stock and going up in price. It was a great investment. But of course, the natives in Peru did not like that gold mining company. In the middle of the chapter, okay. Near the end of the chapter, a few men are carrying another man who was struck by a falling rock, mentioned in the Impact of Progress feature on the DVD Blu-ray, uphill along a procession of workers who are carrying dirt-filled sacks. So these workers are covered in filth, and one of them gets injured. Oh no! After that, several discordant layered exposures of the dirt carriers are shown. Boring. The scene cross-fades to show the image of a head with multiple exposures of the same head rapidly rotating and layered upon to give a manifold appearance. This is an apparent allusion to Janus, the god of beginnings, endings, and transitions, keeping with the film's central themes of progress and change. In Anthem Part 1, the sun rises up above an African village. Later, a man raises a sail for a boat. The next chapter, that place starts zooming out from a waterfall. Children can be seen laughing. Villages are shown, as well as children in upside-down water reflections. Anthem Part 2 has various shots of villages and islands shown. Mosque and temple shows various natural shots as well as religious scenes. Some of these scenes are a transparent inside a church with someone walking by, a man praying, a monk sitting while a bird flies off a stick, the same monk walking by the river, a bird flying by a sunset, more children, crows flying above a river, two men rowing their boat in that river, a woman praying in the Ganges River, two men practicing yoga, which is from hell, another monk, and a temple in Nepal. Wow. Oh, this is a Canon film. I watched this because it's a Canon film. Golan Globus production. All right. Distributed by the Canon Group. Okay. This is starting to make sense. This is why I watched this. I was wondering, why did I even watch and review this movie? Oh, it's a Canon film. Now I get it. Anthem Part 3 shows masses of people in motion working together and celebrating traditional rituals. In Africa and South America, all in slow motion. Wow. Sounds incredibly boring. Video Dream blends together colorful television advertisements and news programs from the US, Western Europe, the Soviet Union, and Japan. So that explains all the actors in this movie, I guess. They're all archived. Christie Brinkley, David Brinkley, are they related? I don't know. We mentioned JP2. Dan Rather, Cheryl Tiegs. Yeah, this is all archive footage of these people. And I suspect that all of them are in the video dream sequence. New Cities in Ancient Land has views of people on the move and traffic in three parts: China, Africa, and India. The unutterable caught people in large groups in the developing world moving together at work, views of traffic from above. Mr. Suso from Egypt, sometimes unfocused people in motion, to the muezzins call, ghostly double images of traffic, close-ups of faces, reflections in water. It sounds incredibly boring. The only reason I watched this was because it was a Canon flick. Soundtrack was produced in 1988. That was composed by Philip Glass. I don't know who that is. Rotten Tomatoes reported that 56% out of 9 reviews were positive, with the average score of 6.5 out of 10. It said it wasn't as eagerly embraced. It wasn't as eagerly embraced by viewers and critics as its popular predecessor. New York Times said, oh, so whatever Canon touches turns to crap. Rotten Tomatoes. The New York Times said there are 2 kinds of dirt to be found in Powaqqatsi: good dirt and bad. The director magnifies this distinction until it achieves mountainous proportions, yet still he manages to see it in starkly one-dimensional terms. Roger Ebert said there are images of astonishing beauty in Godfrey Reggio's Powaqqatsi sequences when we marvel at sights of the earth, and yet when the film is over, there is a feeling that we are still waiting for it to begin. Reggio seemed to think that man himself is some kind of virus infecting the planet, that we would enjoy Earth more, in other words, if we weren't there. So he's anti-human progress, basically. He's a Luddite. On Siskel and Ebert at the movies, with he and Gene Siskel each agreed to give the film a thumbs down. He also called it a new age music video. So now we know the soundtrack sucks. It's new age music. It's probably horrible. Time Out said that it is visually stunning, but undermined by a fairly serious flaw. At best, the message is a fairly obvious criticism of first world domination of the third multinational corporation, genocide of the starving nation, and at worst, a hippie celebration of the dignity of labor. A celebration of gold miners covered in dirt, carrying dirt bags. Well, Glenn Klimakew said the trilogy, of which Powaqqatsi is the second part, was a stoner experience of the first order. While a stoner experience of the first order can be equally appreciated by those who remain straight, much of it is mind-blowingly mind-effing without mind-altering substances. Wow. Far out, man. All right, the music from Anthem Part 2 was used in and is now best associated with the 1998 film The Truman Show. It was also used in several film trailers, including that of Dead Man Walking, with Sean Penn and Susan Sarandon. A death penalty movie. The Criterion Collection released it as part of the Qatsi trilogy set. Footage from the film, the same that was used for its poster, was used in 1990 television special, the Earth Day special, during a sequence in which Dr. Emmett Brown from the Back to the Future shows Doogie Howser, MD, what the Earth's future looks like unless something is done about pollution. So it's anti-technology, environmentalist nonsense. When communism fell in the Soviet Union, they became people like Gorbachev. What did Gorbachev do after the Soviet Union fell? He moved to Brazil in the rainforest and he became an environmentalist. So the communists are pink on the inside and green on the outside. That's what I'm trying to say. The communists like Gorbachev. And I added a Werner Herzog interview with Gorbachev to my list. Yeah. So this weekend has been a lot of progress. I'm on episode 21 of season 5 of Renegade. I've got 1.5 episodes left, roughly. I want to say 65 minutes, a little over an hour left of Renegade, including the ambiguous ending. And so I've been, my boss made me, my boss let me go home at 4 p.m. on Friday afternoon. And so I ended up driving straight here, having a bowl of ice cream here. See the chocolate. I just had another bowl of ice cream. And then I just crashed until 1:30 in the morning. And I got up and I started watching 5 Renegade episodes. I got all my chores done. I went to Safeway at 5 a.m. The deli wasn't open until 6. I got 2 sandwiches, which we didn't eat because we got invited to the convent basement where they're serving food at church. So I kind of peeked out on chicken and pasta down there for lunch. I didn't even eat my 2 sandwiches. I'm saving them for next week. And tomorrow I have all this time to finish up Renegade and start doing movie reviews again. So hopefully this will be the first of many movie reviews this weekend. Karate Man will be bummed because I don't think I'm reviewing any of his movies this weekend. But I am catching up. Eventually, I will get to the Karate Man stuff. And I'm back in business after about 9 months of fiddling around with Renegade. I'm finally ready to move on. Get some more reviews in. So that's Powaqqatsi. Just based on the description, and I do remember the workers' dirt scene in this one. Oh, Karate Man is excited, but I just told him I'm not going to do review any of his movies because the stuff upcoming on my list is not any of his stuff. So I don't know what he's all excited about. The icing on the cake? Well, I'm catching up on your stuff, I guess. Eventually I'll get around to it, I was seeing. So this is what I have on my movie list for tomorrow. If I can open it. And the first two I've got to pay about $6.58. Because that's what YouTube and Amazon Prime charge for these things. And I no longer have Netflix. Okay, so after I finish Renegade, hopefully early tomorrow morning, I've got Above Suspicion, 1943, Failsafe, 1964, The Replacement Killers, 1998, Accidents, 1989, Crossroads, 1986, and I accidentally deleted something. In between Failsafe and The Replacement Killers, there was something on there that got accidentally deleted, and I don't know what it is. Okay. Did I say Accidents, 1989, Crossroads, 1986, The Accursed, 1957, The Dead Zone, 1983, The Act, 1984, Scanners 2, The New Order, 1991, Action Heroes of the Cliffhanger serials, 1992, Scanners 3, The Takeover, 1982, 1992, and then Action USA, 1988. What else? Man. Oh. Okay. Scanner Cop 2, 1995, Act of Vengeance, 1974, Great Guns, 1941, Russ Meyer's Fanny Hill, 1965, Hardy Saps at Sea, Mercury Rising, 1998, Charlie Chan over New York, Tenement Game of Survival, 1985, Out for Justice, 1991, Best is Best 4 Without Warning, 1998, Hideout in the Sun, 1960, Excessive Force, 1993, Keyholes Are for Peeping, 1972, Don't Look in the Basement 2, The Prince and the Nature Girl, 1964, The Mad Monster, 1942, Schlock, The Secret History of American Movies, King Kong Lives, The Immortal 3, 1975, Drum, 1976, Indecent Desires, 1968, Extreme Justice, the new 1993, The Nudist Story, 1960, Hillbillies in a Haunted House, 1967, Blaze Star Goes Nudist, 1962, Twin Dragons, Street Fighter, 1994, Best of the Best 3, No Turning Back, 1996, Scream 2, The Rookie, 1990, Daylight, 1996, Fast and Furious 6, 2013, and Jimmy Trainor's Alien Parasite film. I do not like Queen at all. I hate Queen. One time my friend played Queen back in the 80s on his tape player when I was trying to sleep at his house, and I started crying. Yeah, I do not like Queen. I don't know why Karate Man added that gay Queen film to my list, but it's on there, and I'm going to trash that movie when I watch it. All right. Well, that's the end of my review for Powaqqatsi, or whatever it's called. The movie with the heretical imposter pope who goes by the name of JP2. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to see if I can get about 4 hours of sleep, wake up, and keep the reviews coming tomorrow. Laters.